That one was egregious.
But it was like atrocious for a few weeks there.
That one was egregious.
That's like one of the worst ones.
We're in.
Amagansett.
We're just watching a couple audits.
I don't know if you heard, but Watchmen pepper sprayed a guy and they pressed charges. So get on it.
If you guys haven't keeping up with Amagansett Press, his kid just pepper sprayed a guy in Tucson, and they pressed charges and they put the guy away.
It was a great audit.
It was a classic 1A.
Amagansett and the Watchmen are in fine form, like always, and they're the best auditors. I just want to say that.
Yeah, no, we've had quite
By
a night.
far.
We've had quite a night. We've been hanging. We watched the UFC.
Yes.
Nick Diaz fought.
Robbie Lawler.
He fought Robbie Lawler. He's just a out of shape man from Stockton.
Don't say that.
Fighting a guy that looked like a superhero.
Nick Diaz has never looked like a superhero, and he showed up to this fight. And 3 days' notice, he goes, "Hey guys, I know we signed a contract to fight at 170, but you guys mind if we just fight 185, 15 pounds heavier?" And they just were kind of like, "Yeah, you can, sure,
whatever you want."
And then he looked good, but then he just got his nose smashed. He broke his nose.
Yeah,
he was winning the fight. He just got his nose fucking shattered.
I don't even know why they stop a fight over that shit. Who cares?
Nick was
he stopped it.
He
stopped it. I mean, just keep going.
Well,
Gives a
I don't want to
shit
say that.
about your broken nose. I mean, come on.
We paid money for
it's
the
a
pay-per-view.
nose. It's not that important.
He's older now.
You breathe through it. Oh, sure. And then the women fights. Oof. Jesus.
What a bore.
What a snooze fest.
I wanted to support, the ladies, and sometimes I feel inclined to with these UFCs because
it's just bad. I mean,
boring.
Every women's UFC fight should just be them. It should be a competition between who can tell the best story. Whoever tells a story without,
meaningless details,
without hanging on to what day it happened, wins.
Yeah.
It was just bad. It's just you just see two white women appropriating black culture because they have cornrows, just beating the living shit out of each other. It's just like sad. It's just I don't know how else to say it. I just every female UFC fight I watch, I'm like, this is just tragic.
I find it empowering and great. I don't know what Devan saw.
I find them really depressing. Every single female fight I've ever watched, I'm like, this is just really depressing.
It is funny that
the crowd starts chanting. They start saying shit, get back in the kitchen, and
it's like you think Devan, and then you'll watch UFC fight with him, and he's like, oh, Devan he was like an adult in the 1950s. He's like, I don't know, this isn't right. These women should have they should be caring for a child.
It just is. Yes, it's like fucking Jesus Christ. Fold the fucking laundry. What are you guys beating each other up for? You could work together and make a great dinner.
One of you's on the potatoes and one of you's on the ham. It's like, why is this a fight?
Exactly. The dinner could be done in half the time.
I was just picturing a great friendship in the kitchen where they're working together and really getting along.
I mean, it's just hard to watch. You just watch two women that.
Well, that was a bad fight.
Something has happened. Something has obviously happened to them.
There was a good finish, but it was just a boring fight. And then I was even saying to Richie where I'm like, yeah, but if this was like Kamaru Usman or George St. Pierre, I would be like, they're fighting a really smart pace. This is, but it's there is something.
No,
and I support it and I respect the hell out of them, of course. But yeah, there is for whatever reason there is a disconnect with me. Even
why are they so much worse?
To me, it's just I guess the child in me that kind of just grew up watching Roadhouse or whatever, Bloodsport, and just being like, there's some sort of child fantasy in my head where it's just like, oh, this guy's kind of like the Punisher. Like if you released him in a bar, he could kill 20 men with his bare hands. And then with the chicks, I guess it's something. There's a breakdown there where it's just kind of one fat biker might be able to knock her out.
Right. Right. I
Yeah.
would. I mean, Liz. I would take fucking Rosie O'Donnell in any fucking UFC fight. I don't care how long the
Athletically,
other
though, they're
woman is
very
trained.
impressive, of course, and it's like
Oh,
very,
sure.
like
They're
very
buff.
respectable and like awesome.
Yeah. No, they're great.
Remember how sad it was in the Chrissy Martin documentary when you found out that that piece of shit trainer husband of hers still could beat her ass?
Yes,
that was really frustrating.
That at the end of the day, like even her fucking loser Appalachian boyfriend still could hold her down.
Some big fat
and fuck
toothless
her up.
bald fat fuck
Yep.
was like
Ugh.
still like kind of fucking her up.
Yeah.
He's
that's
like,
a great
I-
example of what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
and he's sitting there. He's like, "Well, I had to let her know that I could still give her the 1-2."
Yeah.
It's like, couldn't she just like fucking knock you out?
Yeah,
with,
she's
some
like one of the
combo?
most like famous fighters, female fighters in the world,
Yeah.
and still just this dipshit that like lives off of fucking Raising Cane's. Is like, I just had to tell her what was what.
I had to box her up a little
I
bit.
had to punch her in her mouth a couple of times.
He literally said, "He goes like, I stand behind my word. I told her I was gonna hit her, so I hit her." You're just like, Jesus Christ, you piece of garbage.
Yep.
That guy's a huge piece of shit.
But yeah, that woman's UFC was bad.
Yeah, that was.
They're always bad. Honestly, even Ronda Rousey, the greatest of all time. I only know her for sucking.
No, they're not always bad. They've got
been a couple good
Rose.
ones.
Yeah, Amanda
Thug
Nunes.
Rose is amazing. Weili Zhang is amazing.
Yeah.
Shevchenko, who just fought, is amazing. She just had a boring opponent. There's a lot of very good fighters.
Would
Amanda Nunes, obviously.
Would any of them beat Joe Rogan?
I don't think they could beat Joe Rogan.
Rogan would kick the shit out of them, wouldn't he?
I think Rogan could beat all of them.
I think so too.
I think that's not even controversial.
Do you think Rogan could take two of them at once?
two
Probably.
bad ones at once
Yeah,
for sure?
Probably.
Yeah, no. If he it would be a little more difficult, and he would lose to some 2-on-1s against bad female fighters.
What do you think? Like Nate Diaz versus like 3 top female fighters at one time.
So it would be if they coordinated and they were like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. Like, you're gonna get knocked out, but you can get on his legs, and if you hold his one leg and then I get the other leg,
Okay.
and then when she wakes up from getting knocked out, then she can choke him or something like that.
You take the asshole, I'll take the balls, you take the shaft, and we'll fucking take him
Yeah,
down.
instead of watching like Nate Diaz fight footage, they're watching like porn. They're watching gangbang porn where they see how they all work together to work the balls and everything.
Nate would kick the shit out of them with his pinky toe. He would just be fucking jabbing them.
Huh? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
If one of them was on his leg, on his foot,
Oh, okay.
he'd fucking be. I'm sure his big toe is as strong as their punch. Anyway, I guess.
I think they should set up fights like that, like 3 women versus 1 guy.
They do kind of.
And then it just turns into a big fucking sex fest.
Russia has that.
It's just a big sexy.
Russia has that?
Not that, but they do have shit where it's like 5-on-1s and like not with women. I haven't seen that, but I bet that might be out there.
What do they do? It's like 5 on what? Like who?
No, what they do?
One guy fighting what?
It's 5 dudes finding 1 gay man. And they do that.
You're right, in Russia, yeah.
That happens every night, but it's just not on TV. It's just in Moscow and downtown.
That's just on Craigslist.
And the gay guy's paying them a lot of money for it. But
Are there
The gay guy's paying for it.
that's his fetish.
are there any gay UFC fighters?
Yeah, the guy that beat Kimbo Slice was gay.
Really?
Wow.
It was the famous fight where Kimbo was like new to the UFC. They gave him like a couple of cans, and then he fought. He was about to fight somebody who dropped out, and then like last minute they were like, "Okay, let's bring in this kind of like."
The guy was openly gay?
yeah.
Man, I'm sure Kimbo heard about that in the hood.
Oh yeah, he had pink hair, and he used to wear like panties
Oh boy.
in the octagon.
Wow.
Like he would wear like the panty style shorts.
That's crazy.
And yeah, he
Wow.
could,
I didn't know there was an
knock him out in, like,
openly
30
gay
seconds.
UFC fighter.
That beat Kimbo Slice.
That beat Kimbo Slice. Oh my God.
And then there was a viral video where he was dressed up in drag. He was like that
Yeah.
He was like full drag kind of guy. And like they were out like downtown, whatever city, and somebody was just like, "Hey, what are you queers doing? Look at that. They're a bunch of dudes dressed up like girls." And then it was just like they were all like highly trained. And then so
highly trained gay drag fighters.
Yeah. So then they just fucking in full drag just kill these guys. Just like
awesome.
a vicious beating.
He should fight in full drag in the octagon.
That would be sick.
Especially if you win, that's badass.
Yeah. I forgot the dude's name. It's Kyle something. Seth. I can't remember exactly.
Seth Petrozelli.
Yeah, Seth Petrozelli.
That's the gay guy?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know if he's gay. He might be like.
You don't know if he's gay. We're just
he's
making
gay.
this
He's
up?
at least like bisexual or pan.
Oh, what?
He's something.
How?
He's
Why?
something. I don't know what.
Just cuz?
Why is he gay?
Why do you feel this way?
Oh no, he's openly gay. I just
Oh,
can't
okay.
remember exactly what it is.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beat Kimbo
That's
Slice.
aggressive.
Yeah.
It's weird that not almost all UFC fighters are gay. Guys trying to wrestle dudes onto the ground.
Every
and
time
get
you
them in
watch
the
a UFC with Devan, he's like, I don't know if it almost seems like he's about to start jacking off to it, but it's a constant like, oh, well, look, there's 69.
the whole time. It's like they're always in these like sexual positions. It's
Devin would be the best UFC commentator because it's constantly like, oh, they're doggy style.
he's
right
got
now.
him in doggy style. All right, he's pulling the pants down.
Or they're in like a north-south choke, and he's like, Devin just is like, oh, they're 69ing.
He just got his dick in. All right, he's thrusting. The trainers, they're trying to call it off.
Call the fight. He's yelling, "Uncle." Come on.
So it looks like Seth Petrozelli is not exactly gay. He was married to a woman. He was kind of a Dennis Rodman character.
He had a beard.
Bye.
He had
I'm
a
reading
beard.
this article. It says goofy homo knocks out Kimbo Slice.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know that. Devin
Who wrote that? Fucking who wrote that article?
It was written
Written by E-Bomb's World.
Tucker Max is doing
Tucker
MMA.
Max doing MMA
Seth
commentary.
described himself as a goofy homo on his MySpace page, but he
Oh,
was
okay.
married.
Oh, he
to,
called himself.
Self-
that.
called
Described
himself
goofy
that.
homo.
He knocked out Kimbo in 14 seconds, but he was married to a woman for 5
14
years.
seconds.
So he's kind of a
Yeah.
cross dresser, like a Dennis Rodman style straight guy.
Did you hear
but
that?
Yo, 14's a very gay number.
Kimbo.
Goofy
Jesus
homo.
Christ.
Well, so
Knocks out Kimbo
what
Slice.
happened was Kimbo was like a street fighter. He used to fight like ex-cons in a backyard.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he joined the UFC, and they gave him a couple of cans, and he was a better boxer than a lot of the UFC fighters. But he was his cardio was terrible
Yeah,
always.
yeah. No, I mean,
And
he
then
was, Kimbo was hyped.
Joe Rogan actually has a viral video where he's like backstage at a comedy show, and he's like snuck back to watch the UFC, and he's like, somebody like starts filming him, and he's like, oh, Kimbo's about to fight this guy, Seth Petrozelli. Kimbo's about to get killed so fast. He's like, because Joe knew him a little bit. And then, like, so it's just, it just looks good because he makes a great fight prediction. But
Oh, okay.
He just knew his cardio was bad.
Joe just knew Seth Petrozelli's actually, like, very underrated, and he just knew Kimbo was overrated.
Yeah,
because
no, I
he's
mean-
like a viral video backyard brawler.
He's a backer. Yeah, he's a guy that's been hydrating with Steel Reserve for years.
He's got like an old English 40.
Yeah, right after the fight,
In
they're
his
like,
corner,
get some juice in him. They hand him an old English. That makes sense. I don't know. I love UFC, but tonight was a little off.
Nick, that last
fight
it's
was
partially
awesome.
because we all came in hungover and we're just like low energy and like I was at least like I saw Nick fight and I was like I think usually I would be way more upset about it, but I also came in thinking about like Nick hasn't fought in 6 years. He's fighting Robbie Lawler, who's been active that entire time. He could look very embarrassing. And he didn't look embarrassing to me. He was like winning the fight. He looked competitive, and then he just got his nose smashed in. And I think he's been smoking weed and fucking banging hot chicks at a Vegas pool for 6 years.
Nick Diaz?
Yeah.
He's been having Stockton gang.
He's from Stockton.
Yeah, but no, he's been living in Vegas the whole time and banging like his whole like Snapchat or Instagram stories or whatever is him at a Vegas pool and just banging like hot chicks all the time, smoking tons of weed.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like,
Well, good for him.
what am I doing? Like they just this guy shattered my nose. It's like, what am I gonna do? Just like, I got shit to do.
As
Like,
long as he's not fucking living in Stockton anymore, good for him.
he probably has a house there. Like
Stockton sucks.
I'm sure it sucks, but yeah, he probably has a house there or something. But no, he spends a lot of time in Vegas.
I mean, the mayor of Stockton is a rooster, so I'm glad he's out of there, just living in Vegas. It's weird that Vegas is like a place now. Like they have the Raiders; they're like a city. They like people live in Vegas.
They have, like, one-
especially during the pandemic. Like
Fighters have always lived
people
there.
started moving there. Like people live in suburbs of Las Vegas. It's just strange to me.
They also have the best hockey team, I think. Right?
Do they
Really?
Maybe.
I
The
thought.
Golden Knights, yeah. I
Right?
think
It's like the best hockey
The
team.
Golden
right?
Knights. Really? That's a big hockey team?
right.
Interesting. Vegas is on the come up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's probably the only place hiring. You can get
Nikki
like a
Santoro's
casino
up in
job.
heaven
Right.
smiling. Nikki Santoro's up in heaven looking down with a smile on his
With a smile on his face. They got those holes in the desert.
a lot of problems buried in those holes.
This fucking Jew wanted to fuck it all. We're here to make money. What don't you get about that?
Hey, you fucking you break my money, I'll fucking break your brain. What does he say?
I'll put your fucking brain to
Brain
sleep.
to
You put my
sleep.
money to sleep, I'll put your fucking
He goes-
brain to
He
sleep.
goes, that's what I do. You
Yeah.
know, that's
Listen here, you fat Irish prick.
Man.
Yeah.
Joey and I, before we went and got food at this place called Spitz before we got here.
disgusting name.
Yeah, horrible name.
It's horrible. Yeah.
At Loogies.
Who the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like a Mediterranean fusion place. Seeing, but yeah, you're actually right. I haven't never even thought about the name of it. Spitz. It's horrific.
Yeah, I get it. Spit roast.
Oh, yeah.
Also, that's a gangbang.
Yeah.
It's another disgusting reference.
Yeah, it is a horrible
Jalen is
name.
like spit rose.
Spitz. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, we came back from that place, and it's one of those places where it's like everybody that works there, it's like they were told to like treat you like shit. Like it's that new hipster business thing where everyone's like everyone is like covered in tattoos, and they take their time. And they like it just was terrible service and just everyone
Devin openly and like
Give an
audibly,
example.
like they heard us say this for
They
sure.
sucked.
But Devin goes, he's sitting there, we're waiting for them to get us, give us our order, and Devin goes like, it seems like the architect, he was basically just like the designer of the place was basically just like. What's the aesthetic? Just everything's Travis Barker.
No, everyone working there looks like Travis Barker. They have just tattoos. Their whole body is covered in tattoos. Everyone looks like they just escaped an oil spill.
And then we said they had their service was the same level as Travis Barker's pilot.
It's just this new business model where these places open. I mean, it's a chain. And it's interesting because the location near me, where it's in more of a regular neighborhood, they're like good. Like
No,
it's
they
all,
suck too.
Well, they suck.
Fuck
but
them. I hate that
They all
location.
suck. They all
You
suck.
hate it for real?
Los
Eagle
Rock. I mean,
they're terrible.
Fuck them.
But this one down here in downtown, you could tell that they're like, we're the downtown one. Like, people that come here are punk, and they don't really give a shit about service. It
Can you
was
imagine
so annoying, man.
The people, I can't imagine going there and just thinking like, oh no, this is a really cool place.
It's really cool. They're blasting the most obnoxious music.
Like
I know.
imagine telling a friend or like a chick, or you're like, hey, I got a really cool place I want to show you. And then it spits.
It spits. Hey, come to Condom Juice. Yeah, no, it's this. Also, I've noticed that with
Squirts. Hershey squirts. Diarrhea.
Leaks.
Come
Hey.
to diarrhea come.
check out Blumpkin on 2nd Ave.
It's a disgusting name.
It's terrible,
You get it.
and it's that's the joke. Anyway, no, but it's this thing where also it's like you have this with like coffee shops too now. Like there's a coffee shop in my neighborhood where it's a coffee shop / tattoo parlor.
Oh God.
You go in and you get a coffee and you watch some fucking moron get like their dead cousin's name inscribed on their back, and you're supposed to be like, wow, like this is a cool city, and I'm just the whole time I'm just like, I wish this was still the Chinese donut shop that it used to be. Like, I don't want this coffee shop tattoo parlor horse
Some guy's
shit.
getting his cock pierced.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
exactly.
trying to get
He's getting a Prince
I'm like,
Albert.
it's 7 a.m. I don't want to watch this guy get his balls pierced. Just give me a cold brew, you psychopaths. And that's the new thing. And then also you go to these places now, these hipster coffee shops. They act like half and half, like killed their family. Half and half is this like really weird, like it's just in this category to them where it's really like they don't want to hear it. They're like, we're off half and half. We do oat milk, coconut milk,
No one within 5 miles of this place, except for like Asian places, have half and half out.
No, half and half is, apparently half and half was responsible for 9/11. I have no idea what's going on, but most coffee shops I go to now, I go, can I get some half and half? And they go,
It's a big scramble.
and I see them all run around and they fucking run into it. And then you try and go to the corporate places. You go, all right, I'm going to get a corporate iced coffee.
Yeah.
You go to a McDonald's, you get an iced coffee. You ever gone to McDonald's and asked for an iced coffee, like just like without sugar?
They freak out.
They lose their minds.
They ask you 10 times. They're like, you don't want sugar?
If you go to McDonald's and you ask for an iced coffee without sugar, you're shaking a bee's nest. they go crazy. They light the building on fire. They have no clue what to do. Everyone starts scrambling.
They call headquarters.
They run into
something weird is going on.
You just see people in the kitchen running into each other. A guy puts his hand on the grill. He just burns his hand. He goes, ah! It's like insane. There's no in between. You can't find any guy that's just like, yeah, we do iced coffee here.
Yeah.
Also, iced coffee just casually got, it's been extinct.
What do you mean?
Nobody knows what iced coffee is anymore. Iced coffee, I grew up with. You make coffee,
Drip coffee.
you put it in the fucking fridge,
Cool.
and then you pour it over ice.
Drip, yeah.
Now, nobody has any clue what that means.
Yeah.
Everything has to be cold brew.
Like,
It has
you
to
mean
be
nitro?
They have to go like, well, no. I mean, our coffee is made by Walter White. There's bleakers and beakers, and there's all sorts of. There's a whole process, and he has to have a henchman with him, and they make it in an RV in the desert, and. There's no such thing as iced coffee, and that's how they also get away with. That's why they charge you $4.75 for a fucking cold brew.
Yeah,
an Americano is like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I like Americanos
That's the cheap
better, but they're
option now.
expensive. Yeah,
Americano's the cheap option now.
Getting
Cold brew's like $6.
Yeah.
Getting an espresso means you're working class.
Exactly.
That's this weird shift.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
I am so sick of the new
They've
landscape.
gone off their rocker, and the tip implication every time they flip that screen at you.
Flip like a cuck every time.
You go, hey, can I get a
no
You're
tip?
pouring
I hit no tip.
espresso
Proudly.
This is what you go.
Proudly.
You go, hey, I'll take a coffee. They go, okay. And then they pull a little lever and they pour you a cup of coffee. They hand it back to you, and then they flip this Squarespace machine.
$1, $2.
And they go, and they look at you the whole time like, you don't want to give me $3 for that?
I do it just because I'm like a cuck, I guess.
I proudly go, no
Every
tip, and I
time.
sign it, and I flip the Squarespace thing back in their face.
I
I'm
proudly.
going to stop, man.
Stop.
It is bullshit.
They don't deserve it.
It is some.
I
this is
always
some,
tip 20% at least.
You just get
Really?
panicked. Dude, it's some new bullshit. I never have once tipped
I
the
feel
people.
so guilty.
The people at Chipotle that work their ass off with the bowls and the burritos, and I've seen these guys.
I don't tip them.
I don't tip that fucking fat idiot that's
Yeah.
like rolling a burrito 3 times because I asked,
Scumbags.
because somebody asked for like
You had way too many ingredients.
pounds of ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never.
But you should see
once
Devan's
feel-
order, by the way.
Oh,
it's like sky high.
I know how to. I
Insane.
go.
I'm sure
yeah.
I go at
It
Chipotle.
was pretty crazy.
I use.
the last time I went with you, it was last week. I mean, it was like 3 times the size above the ridge of the bowl.
No, Devin's out of his mind.
My Chipotle bowls look like Mount Kilimanjaro.
And you crushed the whole thing. I was impressed, actually.
I eat it all. And I ask for extra everything because extra everything at Chipotle is free other than protein
meat, guac,
and guac. And that's it. And everything else you could get pounds of.
Pile high.
And they think I don't know that.
And then we go to the gym and burn 300
No one's ever heard of this
calories,
before.
and we're like, oh, we're good.
And then we go to the gym, which, by the way, I'm a gym rat. Joey
rat.
and I are both gym rats.
We're gym rats.
We go to the gym constantly. We're gym rats. I went to the gym today. It's why I ate and drank 5,000 calories because I burned 300.
That's how it's done.
And so I'm totally healthy now. The gym is an interesting place.
Yeah.
I'm now a gym guy.
Yeah.
Devin's taken to it.
We're
like
a couple gym tan
They're
laundry
a
guys
couple
now.
gym rats.
A couple gym rats, man, and I love it because it's I used to always be averse to the gym. Is averse the word? I think it is.
It is.
Because I always thought.
Let me look that up. Yes.
I think it's averse. The gym was always synonymous with idiots to me.
Yeah. Well, Devin today he goes, well, I did the bike and then I skipped the stair thing. And then he goes, and I was lifting, but like they're so heavy.
Yeah, the fucking. That's the thing. Like, my girlfriend's always like, "Did you lift?" And I go, "They're just so heavy." Why would I lift? Have you felt them? It's hard to lift.
It's a lot of effort.
Why would I do that? It doesn't seem like it's supposed to be lifted.
You're right.
By a man. I mean, Jesus.
Norm had a great joke where he's like, I started lifting. He's like, I went in there, worked really hard. I was like, my face was all red. He's like, I picked him up, put him back there. He goes, by the end of it, it's like, oh, yeah, the weights are exactly where they were when they started. It's like, there's nothing happened here.
No, I mean, it's the gym to me has always been like a place where it's like, I always just felt like dumb people go. And it's like the dumbest people on earth are keeping themselves in the best possible shape so they can continue being dumb longer than everybody else. You know what I mean?
It is that.
You never hear about some brilliant thinker like, oh, Dostoevsky was a gym rat.
Charles Darwin had an ape.
Yeah, he loved the gym. No, everybody that's thinking dies young, and with their liver fucking failing or whatever the fuck kills them because they're thinking. It's really hard to be a thinker and go to the gym. I have to like shut my brain off. I go through all sorts of modes. It's rough. It's hard.
It is.
It's really hard.
Well, that is sort of a thinking though, because being able to turn your brain off is a thought. It's like you have to use your brain to be like, all right, I got to figure out how to get around.
That's true for some. That's true for some of us, but 90% of the people at the gym, they could all.
So a lot of those guys just love it, and they're just like, oh, yeah, I'm just here because
they love it. And listen, I would love to put them in labor camps if I ran the state.
I think what we're trying to say is, for some people, it's a little too easy for them to turn their brain off.
Yes, that's why I don't like it.
But it was never on for many of the
there
people.
you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, it never was on to start with.
They go buy the Lululemon gear and they fucking go there and they're all fucking hot and they're just fucking listening to Katy Perry and just I am a survivor and stronger and you're gonna hear me roar. I just picture every woman at the gym just like as they're working out like you're gonna hear me roar. I have a hard time with the gym. I just feel really out of place, but I'm trying. It's nice to sweat.
Literally the point.
It feels
of the
good.
Gym is to have a hard time.
It feels good to sweat. It's the point of the gym. You're right, but I don't know.
I don't know. I sweat there sometimes, and it's
hard.
I like sweating. I sweat, but those weights are just heavy.
The weights are heavy. Sometimes I sweat a little bit. It's like I don't know.
I'll at the end of the workout, I'll go into this other room and I try and do push-ups, and I'll do like 8, and I'll be like, that's 10, and I just leave. I just leave. I go, that's about it. That felt like 10. It sucks. It's so annoying.
Most people would have been like, oh, I do 30 and I'll pretend it's 50. Devin's numbers are 8 and 10.
I'm not kidding. Dude, I'll fucking eat like 5,000 calories at home, and then I'll just get on the floor out of panic, and I'll do like 7 push-ups, and I'll be like, all right, there you're good.
I'm gonna be jacked.
You're not gonna die.
I'm gonna wake up jacked.
I'm fine. You're not gonna die.
I have a big barrel chest tomorrow.
And I wake up the next day and I go, I don't feel any fucking different. I don't look any different. This is bullshit. I blame working out.
Yeah.
So how much are you lifting? What exercise are you doing when you lift?
Today I did 20 for about 4
20 of
minutes.
what?
Whoa.
20 pounds.
20.
20 pounds
20 pounds of what?
Dumbbell.
of weight.
Biceps.
Bicep? Like
Yeah,
curls?
biceps. And I look at myself in the mirror and I'm kind of like, oh yeah. I can
see that
Oh
getting
right,
nice.
you're getting into it. But it's after a minute and a half. I'm like, oh God, it's fucking hard. It's heavy. And I
getting
put
heavy,
I
yeah.
put it down.
And boring.
It just is also, yes, it's just fucking boring, man.
boring.
If
The
it
whole
were
time
fun,
I'm-
if it were easy and fun, everyone would be,
The whole time
Seems like everyone's doing it.
The whole time I'm at the gym, I'm just
Except
like,
for
in
Patty.
L.A.,
Yeah.
the kind of they are.
Yeah.
every time I'm at the gym, I'm just like, how do I make the next good thing? Like, I'm just thinking about making things or like how to make it in a way that's not.
You and everyone else in
The
there has
gym.
a script.
I know.
Listen, they've all got a script.
I don't have a script.
They
I'm
all
just
got
like,
a damn
God damn it. I just need to, I'm the podcast. I don't know. Something needs to happen. I'm going to kill myself.
We find out, we flat Devin's at the gym. You're gonna hear me roar.
I'm just blasting Doja Cat in my headphones.
It would be really funny if, like, Devin's headphones got unplugged one day.
Yeah, he's
and it
listening
was-
to Megan the Stallion and Lizzo.
Maybe the problem with the gym for me is that I just listen to old O&A. So I'm just listening to Patrice.
really?
That's all I listen to is the old O&A. So I just listen to just Patrice talking about his legs giving out, and just like Jimmy talking about being unhealthy. All of them talking about being very unhealthy. Anthony being hungover, and I'm working out, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I told my sister that I listened to I loop songs, and she thought so I ran 10 miles with 100 minutes of Steely Dan dirty work.
Joey listens
Same
to only
song?
Steely Dan. Yeah.
And she thought it. My whole family was like, "Wait, you're like a psychopath."
That's all he.
Yeah,
no, Joey.
I agree with your family.
They're
That's
right,
insane.
Joey. You told me that like 3 weeks ago, and I like let it go. But we were walking back to your place. You were like, I just listened to Dirty Work for an hour, and I was like, in my head, I was like, we were there for like an hour and a half, and I was like, you just listened to Dirty Work over and over again, and you were like, yeah, it just really gets the blood flowing. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, you're like fucking Tony Soprano.
I had no idea that was weird until my whole family was like, "What do you like, the Unabomber? Like, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah, I mean, the gym is an interesting place.
Profound.
I mean, yeah, the gym.
People go there, they work on themselves, and at the end of the day, we'll all die.
Yep, no matter how
No
hard
matter
you work
what.
out, guess what?
Every time I'm at
You're
the gym,
gonna
I
die.
look at somebody and they're like really in shape, and I go, "You could still have cancer."
If you,
In the back, I'm just such a depressed person. In the back of my mind, I'm like, "You got prostate cancer or something. You'll be finished."
You got the silent killer in your ass,
This
don't you?
buff guy just like, and I'm just like, "You're dying."
You should start like actually like walking up and just being like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, you could still have cancer." And they're just walking away. And they're just like, "Oh."
planting seeds with
Yeah.
healthy people.
They wreck their workout.
Just like Christopher Moltisanti is like, my aunt had colon cancer. It rotted her whole asshole out.
Just, anyways, have a good workout.
Anyways,
though.
I'll see you
later.
later. Dude, I mean, I fucking, when I'm at the gym, I don't know. I gotta say, a lot of it's nice because sometimes there'll just be like, there's like hot women, they're working out, they got their yoga pants on. It kind of keeps you there a little longer. Mm-hmm. But even them, I'm like, what are you? It's just like, Jesus. It's crazy that it's like, well, that's your whole life. Like, you just got to keep that up so you could keep having a life.
right.
And then the guys, I'm like, you're just an idiot.
Well, they're trying to fuck.
They're trying to fuck that girl.
Right.
But it's just and then when I picture them fucking, I just picture two people with like echoes in their head going on, like because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking, like I said, like all my favorite people were not really in shape other than like athletes.
Right.
Nobody, you don't read like a Bukowski book and be like, this guy must work out.
I respect people with personalities. At the gym, it's all like just hot people, and it's those dumb conversations where it doesn't even matter what anyone's saying. Mm-hmm. And there's like, yeah, no, you're going that like, where are you going later? And then she's like, I don't know, like maybe to lunch. Be like, lunch, dude, I eat lunch too.
Yeah. Meet me at Creation. Let's both have $18 salads and a ginger drink.
I love that turkey and brie sandwich, but I take one of the pieces of bread off because I'm cutting carbs. She's like, oh my God, I'm cutting carbs
Me
too.
I'm cutting carbs as well. Oh my God. And then I'm just sitting there on the bike because the bike's the easiest thing.
Sweat going down.
I'm just thinking about going to the gut. Yeah. I don't know. The gyms
Is Joey's gym that hot?
There's a lot of hot chicks.
There's hot people at Joey's gym. Everyone there is pretty buff.
And
there was only one time I was next to a fat woman and I was like, ugh.
You're killing the vibe.
I was like, you are really fucking this up.
I'm gonna talk to the management about that. I didn't know. If I would have heard about that, I would have said something.
I was like, Jesus, what is one of the clumps doing at the gym?
The other cool thing is,
Figure those tits out, lady.
yeah. No, the other cool thing is, if you pick the right spot, you have a view of the pool. Oh, yeah. And in the summer, you would see insanely hot.
No,
chicks.
that was when I first started coming. I would be like, the window was right there, and I'm on the bike, and I would just see these women like jumping into the pool.
Which, listen, I'm not out there fucking like.
But I'm not doing
off
anything.
To it.
No,
what I'm saying is, when you're running or something, it is good motivate. You're on the treadmill, like, oh, this is the hardest.
It's nice because honestly, it's not even sexual. You just look at them, you go, man, they must fucking work their ass off to have that body. And in my mind, I go, I fucking want that body. I go, I want a great ass. God, look at you. I mean, it's weird. I mean, you always got to give it up to the fat people at the gym. Honestly, because it's like they're fucking. It's hard. It's hard to try. But here's what I hate about working out. You have to do it so long and consistent, and you have to completely alter your diet to see any real change.
Yeah,
you have to be so fucking disciplined. There was this guy at the gym the other day. He was like on the outdoor deck part. And I'm on the bike, and this dude was there, and he looked like a healthy version of a guy in the 1950s, where it's like not even, it's like not that great.
Like he was like a picture of like the strongest man alive in 1950.
But he still looked like schlubby in terms of nowadays.
Right.
And he was going so hard. He was like jumping rope, and then he'd get on this mat and he'd do all these like ab workouts, and he would get up and he's like sweating, and I'm like, and in my mind I'm like, you still look like shit.
Well, I mean,
and I'm like, God, you're working your ass off, but like you're ugly, you're balding, and your body's not like it's better than it would be if you didn't do this, but fuck. And he's working so much harder than me, and I'm just standing there. I'm just on the bike like I'm just a little skinny dweeb.
Well, you're
and
an
I
otter.
feel better than you, and I'm a fucking otter. I mean, I can fucking be shoved in a condom up somebody's ass. I'm nimble. I'm quick.
Well, you saw some fat guy working out really hard.
He wasn't fat. No, he was like in shape.
He wasn't that good.
He was in shape, but he was like a 5'7", like schlubby looking guy, balding. But he was working so hard, and I was like, he's in shape. Like, this guy does this a lot. And in my mind, I was like, but what's the point?
Is he in shape or is he not in shape?
He was.
He said fat.
He wasn't fat. He was fat to me, like, mentally.
Because he's ugly.
Because he was ugly. So I was like, you're fat.
Because he's old and balding.
No, he wasn't even old. He was like maybe
40s?
Mid-30s.
And balding.
There's a certain level of
Slightly
ugly
balding.
where it's just like you should
Hairy
don't worry
back.
about it. Just be fat.
I don't even know how to explain him.
Hairy
He just,
back.
Hairy. Oh, definitely I had a hairy back.
That makes someone seem fat.
If your
when they
back,
have a hairy
if
back.
you're in shape but your back is hairy, it's like throw it all away.
Yeah.
Just shove the
Just be
fucking
fat.
shove a corn dog down your fucking throat. You have a hairy back. Who cares? It's over. You're never gonna get rid of that hairy back. You kidding me? Imagine Paul Giamatti.
That's not the point right now.
And that's not the point, Jordan. We all have back hair, but we don't look like we have back
got
hair.
a lot.
And there's a big deal about a man that you can tell has back hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that kind that would float parallel to the pool. Like when they're in the pool, it would waver.
The waviness.
You know?
Yeah, where Joe Biden would talk about it awkwardly in a speech.
It gets long enough to be like head hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's like there's certain looks. Okay, imagine Paul Giamatti fucking ripped and in shape. You would still be like,
You're kind of fat.
you're a fat weirdo. You would still look at him. You're like, you're a fucking fat loser.
Fat fuck.
He
You
could
got
be
like an eight-pack.
he could be the buffest in shape man possible, but you still look at him and go, "You fucking Paul Giamatti, you fucking idiot. What are you doing? You're a fatty."
He's fat no matter what.
There's a lot of people that just have looks where it's like, it doesn't matter how hard you try.
Yep.
It's done.
Make money.
God already cursed you.
Yeah, you're cursed.
Just go think.
Go make a bunch of money. You can be
don't-
fat or skinny. It's not
Yes.
going to make a difference.
Just
Make money.
Just diet.
I'll go.
But the working out is pointless.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Yeah, it is.
There's so many body types like that.
yeah.
Seriously.
No, there's
I mean,
so-
they're better than if they just didn't do it.
No, that's good for them. But I'm saying, vanity-wise, you look like shit.
They would
no matter
say-
what.
They're still not a model.
They would-
Giamatti's never going to be a model.
There's so, dude. I mean, I would have to commit so hard to like actually get like buff, like Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, well, he
did?
He did. He took steroids.
Sure,
We don't know that for sure,
But he probably did.
Hearsay.
but even
I hope he did. Good for you if you
But
did. I'm not
even
against it.
then, even with him being buff, I look at him and I go, "You're Kumail Nanjiani."
No, he's
It doesn't matter. You're a dweeb.
No.
It will never
No,
fool
he always
me
looks fat.
that you're buff. You are a weird loser.
you want like a cool stud.
Yes, you have to already have stud potential if you go to the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah,
There's people I look at the gym and I go, "Just leave."
yeah.
I want to go up to them and I go,
Nothing's
I
gonna
want to go up to them and I go, "Listen, I've seen the crook in your nose. I've seen I've seen this undeniable double chin that will always be there despite how much weight you lose. Your face sucks, and you just have an odd body. So beat it. Go enjoy life. Go fucking have some fried rice. I don't know what you're doing here, wasting your time. You will never, ever come off attractive to people.
Yes.
No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do.
It doesn't matter how many muscles on top of muscles you grow. You can't fix
You need
that
plastic
face.
surgery.
You need to change your DNA. Seriously. We all know these people.
Yeah. No, there's.
No, I remember Kumail used to come into Bon Vivant when I worked there in Atwater Village. And I remember he came in like when he got jacked. And I thought the same. I was like, yeah,
Like, who
I
cares?
didn't notice at all. And then I found out later. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess.
Also, I think we're all guilty of this ourselves.
they
Like,
jowl.
if any of you guys
He's
were
got that-
jacked, I still would still be like,
No, exactly.
That's Devin. I mean,
Exactly.
So we're guilty
yeah.
of that. We're not saying that we're not this.
We're not. I'm not. I'm totally this. I'm also. But the reason I'm this is I
But
love.
we're not delusional.
I'm
about
going to comment on it.
it. We're just trying. not
A
to be
lot of
giant
you need to
fatos.
give up.
I'm letting myself go.
You ever see
Richie's
those?
letting himself go.
Oh, Richie's finished. Look at this.
I've decided to let myself go. You can do that. Devin acts like he's skinny now. He has
Richie's-
I somehow still have a better body than Devin.
No, you don't.
I weigh like 30 pounds less than you.
That's not true.
We should all go shirtless.
That's not
on
true.
This
Let's
podcast.
go
not true.
shirtless.
No, our shirt. I look like shit.
I'll go shirtless.
The hell is that?
Devin looks like shit. Anyway, continue.
What an attack!
No, Richie
Devin's
also-
got beautiful calves.
Richie also looks like shit. I have great lower
I'm
legs. Your lower legs look like shit.
Your
legs-
legs. Say long legs.
No, my legs.
Richie has fucking paralyzed legs.
No, my legs.
Richie should have a blanket over his knees right now, like fucking FDR.
My legs are something Devin, a description Devin would never recognize. My legs are a description Devin would never recognize. Skinny. Nothing has ever been described of you. Skinny.
I've always been skinny.
No, you haven't.
No.
You were a big fatso.
I used to be fat, and now I'm not.
You have stretch marks.
And it's weird that you're fat yet don't have stretch marks. That means your body is so fat it doesn't even know what to do with itself.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
It does, in a weird comedic way.
That makes no sense
You're
at
fat.
all. You have stretch marks. They're inherently
Look at, we can all see your
disgusting.
your pocket doesn't even work because it's being stretched out by the fat.
Let's see what you got. Look at this. You have a pooch. You have a pooch. Look at that.
Fine to me.
What are you talking
Looks
about?
fine to me. I have a little pooch.
You have a fupa.
I hold it
Devin
better.
has a fupa.
I hold it
What
better
are
than
you
you.
talking
So
about?
do you.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm letting myself go. I don't care.
You work out a lot.
I don't.
Even when you were telling me you were working out, you still look like shit.
I admitted to that though. I admitted you're putting the time in.
I just don't
and
diet.
It's going nowhere.
I drink and I don't
So
diet
do I.
and I
That's
work
why
out.
nothing happened for
and
me.
you still look a little worse than me.
You don't. You look pretty bad.
You look like a fucking. You look like
You have stretch marks. You got a neck beard. You're very hairy.
neck beard. What does that have to do with working out? That's a.
You're trying to
shaving
hide your
issue.
double chin. Don't hide
You
it.
do the fucking. You do the wigger fucking like line up.
Wait, I don't
on
do
your
any.
face.
I don't do
Yeah, you
anything.
do. You lined up your chin like you're a fucking Bubba Sparks.
I was going out to dinner for
You
my.
think you're some Florida
Lined up
white
my
rapper?
chin.
You line up your chin. Oh, can't have neck beard, bro. Nah, dude, not the diplomats wouldn't let a white guy in with neck beard.
you have like the redneck, like the
The
dude.
redneck. I look like a normal guy that's not thinking about his vanity.
No,
like
you
you're
look-
the one that lines up your chin. You have a little bald
No, you
spot
look-
on your chin too, like the fucking nerdy Kirk Douglas.
You got like the that like cokehead brother in that like the show about the hotel. in
And
the
you look
South.
like you sold me the coke. Who's doing worse?
If I
We're both not in shape, but how dare you? How dare you act better than me?
I love
in the
honor
body
on honor
department.
violence.
It's otter on otter crime.
You know, the only thing you have better is you have bigger arms. Your arms are naturally like they carry weight better.
I don't. That's weird.
They do. You have.
I never noticed that about myself. You're kind of gay.
Your arms carry. Your arms carry weight, and I.
Devin wants to fuck my
Your
shoulders.
arms carry
apparently.
better weight. And I realized that one night when I jerked myself off in between them. You were
I got a
asleep.
boner
and
from your arms.
I never told you, but I fucking jacked myself into your fucking armpit.
So you like my broad shoulders?
You have-
wish.
No, you just have like good meaty fat Jew arms. You would last a while in the Holocaust, like because you have some fat to burn through.
I guess so.
You know,
What a
I
compliment.
guess
because you're not, you know,
What a compliment. You
It
would
doesn't
last.
matter because I'm letting myself go.
and that's what we started with.
I'm
and I don't know why
letting myself
you
go.
made it a personal attack. I don't even think I said anything against you.
You said something.
No, I didn't. You just went off.
We'll play the tapes
You're
back.
a little nervous.
We'll play the tapes back, fat ass.
You're a
All
little,
right,
you're a
to
little
relax.
nervous. All right, Craig from South Park. You're fat.
All right, Cartman from South
You're
Park.
fat. Well, Cartman's the easy one. I came up with
You
the
have
interesting
you have
one.
like the stretchy skin when Cartman loses weight. Like you have the stretch marks.
Yeah, 'cause I lost
stretch
weight.
marks, and they're gross.
You know
and
who-
there's nothing you can do about it.
Stretch marks
Get
are
cocoa
great.
butter, Devin.
It means-
there's nothing you can do.
Stretch
about
marks are a sign of change. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I used to think frappuccinos were the same as coffee. Fuck you.
You're victim blaming him.
Yeah, Richie's honestly a
For
sicko.
falling for Starbucks Frappuccino marketing.
Yeah, I have stretch marks. God forbid I used to not, which meant I was fat.
Yeah, it's gross.
I worked my way out of that.
You didn't do anything. You just had a growth spurt.
I worked out of
and
it.
got older.
I started smoking weed and taking walks. I figured it out. I stopped drinking soda. You're the fat one.
I've always had the same shitty body. I've never changed.
No, you're letting yourself
You
go like
changed.
you said.
I'm the buffest guy in the podcast.
No matter what I do,
Can't
nothing
see
seems
me,
to
but
happen.
I'm buff.
Jordan is the buffest guy here.
J-Lo is like 6'8" and
I'm super buff.
jacked.
Jayla, we got any of
I'm
those
jacked.
beers?
I keep trying to let myself go, and nothing ever
Can you grab
happens.
me one too, Devin?
Yeah.
Or J-Lo, whoever.
I'm not gonna give one to Fat Richie.
They're mine.
He doesn't need the carbs. Don't give one to Fat Ass over
I'm
here.
letting myself go.
Don't give this to Richie. Take it.
Yeah, Richie, keep your fucking hands up.
More empty calories there, ruining Ruining your work at the gym.
I don't know, because I have a work ethic, so I could feel comfortable doing this. You can't though, because you're fat and you have no discipline.
You're making no
fat
progress.
You're a fucking.
It's sad.
You're fat.
I'm just trying to motivate you to do better. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm not trying. You're trying.
Yeah.
And you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I am, dude.
I feel good about myself. That's all that matters.
I can tell.
I love myself. You don't.
No, I don't.
So you're talking about letting yourself go. You're trying to play into it because you're all insecure about your budding fatness.
I'm not.
You're worried about the future gains, and we can all see it, and we can all sense it every single day. You're trepidatious about your future.
I thought I was letting myself go.
You're freaking out.
I thought I was letting myself go, and I weighed myself, and I've actually lost weight because of the dexedrine. I eat a lot less.
You lost weight.
I lost like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to let myself go. I drink more than ever, and it's working out wonders.
Well, as you know, hopefully soon.
I probably lost it all in my legs.
Hopefully,
it's all in my calves.
It's all in your legs.
I lost your 5 pounds in my ankles.
Your little paralyzed chicken legs you got. Those little itty bitty chicken legs you got. You have the legs of a mosquito.
I open them up to it, yeah, and then you triple down. But somehow I'm the insecure one. You got to bash me.
It's fun.
I already self-deprecated. I got ahead of it.
We used to shit on each other all the time. I used to say that.
Did.
And now you're acting all weird about it. And now you go, I don't shit on you. You call it, you're talking about my stretch marks. My stretch marks, it's not my fault that I have a graph on the side of my body. What do you want out of me?
Because I'm trying to control the narrative.
Yeah.
I've decided it's over now. So
all right, you're done with it now.
Maybe not.
Well, I used to
stretch marks.
Okay, sure. You're the one that looks like you owe money to a mustard stain.
I am the mustard stain.
You are mustard stain Richie. Fucking, you look like you're in debt to a fucking packet of ketchup.
I used to show up. What would happen is I'd be hanging out at your house, and then I didn't think we'd be going anywhere. And then you'd be like, "Nah, come on, let's go." It'd usually be some stupid
like to get
mic.
food. Oh,
no, some stupid mic,
yeah.
Which was pathetic. But I'd be like, but I don't want to and you'd be like, no, it's fine.
And then you'd end up going up first.
No, not even going. Forget going up. We'd show up and run into like a friend like Chris Estrada, and then it would just be an immediate like, you got pit stains on your white tee.
Just make fun of you, yeah.
Yeah, like look at you.
No,
I one time showed up wearing a matching gray hoodie with gray sweatpants, and they were like, "Hey, coach, look, coach showed up."
No, Richie would literally have on sweatpants with like a diarrhea stain on the back of them. And I think in the back of my mind, I'd be like, we should go do an open mic tonight, dude.
Because you wanted to go.
I would force Richie to go to an open mic. He'd be on stage with like a mustard stain and diarrhea coming out of his pants.
Why no one want to hear my thoughts?
And then we'd all just attack Richie, and then I'd come back and I'd be like, dude, great stuff tonight.
You totally don't have a diarrhea stain at all, brother. Like, good stuff.
Dude, nobody noticed the diarrhea stain, bro. You killed it.
And that's where I got the name Mustard Stain, because of Chris.
Chris Estrada. Good friend of the show.
Yeah.
Who you said he had a fupa, and he's gone into a fucking spiral for years over that. Chris Estrada, Richie told him he has a fupa, and Chris Estrada has been losing his mind. He brings it up to me literally every time we text.
Fucking Richie said
At some point he goes,
man.
Dude, this fucking mustard stain piece of shit, like Shylock bastard told me I have a fucking fupa.
Every time I text Chris, we could be talking about the weather, and he's like, yeah, and it's going to be a sunny day, and that fucking mustard stain piece of shit Richie Gaines said I had a fupa.
Well, you did this spot for HBO
like Los Mas
Intro Nos or
Mas
something
Nos,
like that.
Yeah.
Intro something.
Yeah.
And they these pieces of shit photographers forced him to like go sideways on a stool. And he's wearing this like this tight leather jacket, and then his stomach is just like pouring over the stool. But standing up, he's a hottie. But on that stool, unfortunately, a little upper.
Oh
fat.
man, I mean, the older you get, it's harder and harder to take pics.
Yeah, I know.
Any pic you take.
Why would you lean a comedian who hates himself and just this, he just walks around neurotic all day.
Yeah.
Eating whatever, Chris is. Well, I'm not going to get into Chris's diet.
Chris's diet?
I don't know what he eats. I don't hang out.
Chris's
I'm not that
diet
close to him.
is the BK dollar meal and bullets.
He's going around trying the new chicken sandwich from each place.
Chris, every meal Chris has comes with a bullet.
We hung out with Chris recently, and I kept.
By the way, Chris is one of the funniest
He'll
comics
be on.
in LA. He'll be on again soon. Yeah, he's been on some old episodes.
I didn't know he was ever
He's got
on.
a show coming out on Hulu.
I guarantee
we're looking
now he'll
forward
be
to
like,
it.
I'm not going to go on your fucking shitty podcast.
He's like, no, you and fucking mustard stain. I'm not gonna fucking.
You don't want to foop on a
Yeah, you fucking pea brain Sicilian, fucking retard.
No, but I was talking to him, and I just started going. He's like, "Where do you live now, man?" And I go, "Well, I live on like 3rd and like sort of, wherever." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, so like that 7-Eleven, like the right."
Oh, he knows it all.
He goes, "Oh, that CVS was closed." And I go, "Yeah." And then I lived, and then like whatever came up. I used to live on 3rd and Western, and he would go, "Oh yeah." There's that alley, and then it goes to that
alley.
And
He goes, hey, I used to get sucked off in that alley.
No, he's like, oh yeah, the shortcut to the alley. You can go to that one place, and they have that fucking thing. I'm like,
We're making him sound like he's a day laborer. You pick him up at Home Depot. He's like, oh yeah, the alley, sure, okay.
They got the good relish at the hot dog stand over there.
Probably an offensive accent I did. But then I gave him like 3 different places where I lived. In every single place,
He knew.
He would go, not only did he know, he would know like a specific, he would know like the closest 7-Eleven.
He's a
By the end of the conversation,
7-Eleven.
I was like, dude, this is amazing.
He's a true
And
Angelino.
he goes, yeah, I used to hang out with a lot of meth heads, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what he said. Like
No,
he's just like in
Chris-
LA. He grew up like in like hanging out with Mexican.
No, he grew up in
gangsters
like in
LA.
Compton. Chris smoked meth with like a bunch of like fucking gang drug dealers and prostitutes in a hotel room in fucking Hawthorne. Like
In a
like
bathtub.
10 years
Yeah, I
ago in a
remember him
bathtub.
talking
Yeah.
about that, yeah.
It's one of his funniest stories.
He's a legend. That's like, people give like Lewis and Clark so much credit because they navigated like the woods.
No,
and shit.
Estrada's a true legend.
It's like he's the Lewis and Clark of LA. Like knowing like where the 7-Eleven is, that's like the Lewis and Clark of LA. Like just knowing where any 7-Eleven is, if you give him an address,
yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where that is. He's like, oh yeah, it's like Martha still work there, bro. And it's just like he just knows.
No, he knows his shit. He's a true Angelino.
It's I don't know. I'm just very amazed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Chris is great, man. Chris is one of the realest, funniest guys I know. He's also just an incredible guy. He's an incredible person.
I love that being a true Angelino just means you know where all the 7-Elevens are.
That's all it takes.
He knows everything. But
That's
that's
a true
what he
Angelino.
was using for me to
Right,
be
right,
like,
right.
oh, I bet he knows where this. But he
Right,
knows
right.
everything about
Right,
all
right.
these places. He's just, knows everything.
No,
true Angelino, and also, just
Chris
the
can-
nicest, coolest guy you could ever.
No,
meet.
you're just like, the blue raspberry slushy machine's always broken. They're
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
a true Angelino.
That's a true
right there.
Angelino.
At that location, he knows that.
He goes, nah, bro. They only.
The blue raspberry's still broken, right, bro?
He goes, no, they only have Fuego Takis in Long Beach, bro.
That's a true Angelino.
That's a
right
true
there.
Angelino
That's a true
right
Angelino
there.
right there.
That's what we
Wow.
consider.
Wow.
Give it up for the Angelinos.
Man. But yeah, you're a fat fuck, Richie.
Devin,
Why don't you
you're-
send some of that fat to
are
your
you worried?
legs?
Are you worried you'll never lose the weight? Like there's just nothing. You
I'm
can
not
do?
fat. You should be worried. You're
fat.
I'm not fat. You're losing.
Devin,
You're fat.
you have the same skinny fat body I do. It's like this weird fight of
Nah,
like
you're fatter than me.
the same.
You guys should go.
I see your gut pop out more than me in shirts.
Yeah, well that
When we wear shirts, your gut pops out way
You
more.
guys should go shirtless.
You look
behind
like
the couch.
you look
Right,
like
but
fucking. You look like.
But I have one problem
Take it
area.
off.
You have you have multiple.
Take it
problems.
off.
No,
Take
no,
it
no.
off.
You look like
Take it off.
We're not taking it off. Richie looks like Squidward after he ate too many Krabby Patties.
No, you've reused that joke for much fatter people. Get
I
outta
do.
here.
I usually use it for obese people.
Recycled.
But you're fatter. You're fatter than me. You're feeling all weird about it now because I'm talking. I'm shitting on you. I'm not fat.
I feel fine. I actually think Devin feels weird. It's a pre-call out. Have you heard of this tactic?
Hey,
The
at least we know I can lose weight.
It's a pre-call out.
You know, let's
You're
just take a
he's
poll.
feeling
You know,
weird,
everyone
so
can
he's doing
see
a pre-call
you both.
out.
Let's
At
take a
least we know I
poll.
could lose weight.
Who looks fatter?
What the hell does you've never proven you can lose weight?
I was skinny for a movie. I lost fucking 30 pounds.
I lost a little
the only
weight when I
time
went
you-
from 14
No.
to 16 in a growth spurt.
14 to 16? Like anyone gives a shit about that?
No,
You
what
weren't
I'm
even a
saying
real
is
person
everybody
then.
loses weight in a
Not
growth
as an
spurt.
adult. Less than a year
Adult, you
ago,
were
I
like
lost 30
16.
pounds. I lost
All right,
30 pounds.
Less than a year ago.
Let's
Yeah,
take
that
a
was
poll.
like
You know, we
8 years
can all
ago.
see
For the
Devin
movie?
and Richie right now.
It's hard for us to hear.
Well, no,
what are
I-
you saying?
You're wrong,
saying-
Richie.
I didn't see any of that,
Hang on,
and you
guys.
gained
What?
it all right
Yeah,
back.
now your brain is fat.
You
You
did
can't
a,
even think right.
I wasn't around.
You're not even getting words
No,
right.
what's it called? When you drop weight real fast.
Why don't you eat something so you could think better?
You did
Crash
it.
diet.
You did a crash diet, and then you gained it all right back.
After 2 months in, after I went wild
yeah.
because I was enjoying myself.
And
After
then, didn't you have like an awful cramp on set because you were so unhealthy because of that keto diet?
yeah, that has nothing to do with fatness. I did what I had to do for
Well,
the
are
role.
we talking about health?
No,
And
who
you
gives
ga-
a shit
and you-
about internal health?
And you gained it all back.
Well, what are we like rating each other's arteries? I'm saying
And you
you're
ga-
visibly fat,
you
and you
gained it
can't
all back.
You can't hide it.
You're
Hey,
fat.
Devin.
You look like Dom
You're not.
DeLuise.
Devin, call me whatever you want. You're
right.
not skinny.
Whatever.
You're fat.
Whatever,
You have,
Shamu.
you have got big pepperoni nipples.
I don't know what to tell
with-
you, fat
with-
bastard.
You got pepperoni
All
nipples
right.
with hair all
That's a
around
good one.
them.
What does that have to do with being fat? That I have hairy nipples? Of course I do.
Big.
I'm Italian. I'm
You
an
got- you
Italian
got- you
Lebanese
got-
guy. My
all right.
nipples are hairy.
You got hairy bitch tits. They're
We all know you love my salami nipples. You want to eat them. You want to put my nipples on a fucking sub. We all know you and your obsession with submarine sandwiches.
I love sandwiches. I wasn't even thinking about them, but I know that clearly that's what's on your mind. You went right to sandwiches. Now I'm craving one.
Of
Thanks
course
a lot.
you are. Of course you are.
Thanks a lot, but I'll put the craving aside because I'm not a big fatso like you.
Well, hey, why don't we do a little poll for the listeners? You know, they're watching the video; they can see you both. In the
Sure.
Let's
do it.
In the comments,
Let's do it.
take it off.
Take your shirt off.
This is awesome.
Take
Let's
your
go
shirt
ahead
off.
and, in the comments, who's fat? Is it Richie?
I
or
have
is
a belly.
or
I've
is
also
it
been
Devin?
drinking all night, and we ate.
Take it off,
Just
guys.
lift,
Take it
your
off.
shirt off. Just lift your shirt off. We don't need to see your tits.
Let's in the comments. Who's fat? Is it Devin or is it Richie?
I do have a
who's
belly.
Fat, who's not?
Right now,
Richie's sucking it in.
if I'm being honest,
You're sucking it in, you lying piece of shit.
right
Let it
now,
out.
You know, leave your comment.
I
Let
can't
it out.
see what the video looks like, but right now,
Leave your comment here in the
Devin,
comments here.
Richie
We're-
looks like
you know,
he's about
we'll
to
post
give-
this on
What
YouTube.
am I sucking in? Don't
Leave
be
it in the
jelly.
comments. Who's
You're the one that
fatter?
you look like
He's
you're.
a little jealous.
Richie looks like he's
Is
about to.
Richie
I'm
fat?
sorry, I
Is
take
Devin fat?
Dexedrine.
Leave it in the comments.
Richie
Let's-
looks like he's about to give birth to Anne Frank.
Well, you know, let's leave it up to the listeners to decide.
hell,
It's just the Jew.
I don't know.
It's
Devin-
a fat. It's a fat Jew joke. I don't know.
Devin's
I'm just thinking of anything Jewish and fat.
well,
Devin's
I
pale.
don't want to weigh in
De-
on that.
Devin-
Weigh in on that, Joey. Come on, tell us what you
Devin's
think.
a beautiful
What do you think,
combination
Joey?
of
Who's fat? Who's fatter?
pale, hairy, and chubby.
I'll be honest. I think Richie's a
What a
little bit
review.
fatter.
Yes, thank you. It's undeniable. Richie's fatter. That's it. Bottom line, you're
No,
older.
I'm not.
You're older and you're fatter.
He's new. He just wants to stay on
He's
the podcast.
new.
He's sucking
new.
up.
We've known
He's
Jordan for like
sucking up.
6 years. He's not
Jordan,
new.
you
New to the
just said
podcast.
Jordan has watched
New
you
to the
grow
pod.
into a whale.
You're almost equal, but Richie's a little bit fatter. He's a little bit
I'm not.
fatter.
I have to say, and I hate to say it, Richie.
I'm a little fatter.
You look fatter a
Oh,
little
Yeah,
bit.
you do.
That's it. It's just it's
Oh.
easy. But I'm not in good shape.
No.
All right, that's
I
it.
still have a belly.
No.
Well,
I still have a belly, and
It's an illusion.
I still look mushy.
No.
I'm a mushy man. I look like a
Yeah.
marshmallow.
You're both mushy.
It's official.
But I
will
thought-
be showing up, Devin, at the gym. It's official. I'm not letting myself go anymore.
when I get
It's
back
official.
from this trip with John, I'm going to go on a strict diet. Joey and I said we're going to stop drinking for about a month.
Yeah.
You wanna
Oh,
do
you're
that?
not. You're not
When you
going to
get
do
back
that.
from New Orleans, we're
We're going to do that. We're going to
No,
do that.
you're not.
Yeah, you're going to hold it. You're going to hold us to it. We're going to stop drinking.
By the time you get back,
not.
I'll already be
No, we're going to stop drinking.
30 pounds lighter.
Joey and I are going to stop drinking. Jesus Christ! Jordan just fell. He fell in the chair. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Why don't you show your belly?
No, you don't want to see that.
That's what I'm saying. He's a little new to
Are you okay?
podcasting. He's a little new to podcasting.
Why'd that happen?
Well, he doesn't want to be on camera.
Fine, I can be on camera for 1 second.
What have you been drinking?
Funny. No, it's just
Yeah,
the way.
get a shot at Jordan. No, he doesn't want to be seen. He doesn't want to be seen.
It's just the way the chair rolled. I tried to reach down.
Fuck.
I lost my.
Oh man, are you
I'm
okay?
fine. Hey,
you good? You good?
Is, you okay? ZYX.
Normally, I would point out how embarrassing that is, but we're just gonna let it go.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go.
That was a very funny looking.
this-
The floor shook so hard I thought Richie walked.
It's because
J-Lo was somehow under the chair. Like, there's
no, I tried to reach down and reach for a beer, and I just got to this angle where it just.
No,
I've never seen a fall like that. J-Lo was
That was
under the
wild.
chair,
Jayla was like literally under a chair.
I'm good. I'm
buried
all
by
good.
the chair. It was
My hat stayed on the whole time.
No, it's fine. We're all in peak physical condition. We're all really healthy.
Step and he shook the floor.
Back on topic. Richie's the fattest guy here.
That's true.
No, I mean, listen, yeah, you fell because Richie's so fat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was.
This has been eye-opening.
Let's forget that.
I needed this.
Oh no! This is motivating. I can't wait to show you up now.
You have a better work ethic
I'm
than
going
me.
back.
You will. You'll
I'm
do.
going
You'll
back
do great.
into the gym.
Richie, just
You'll do
start
great.
coming to the gym with us. So this is actually our
You'll do
tactic to
great.
get
You'll do
you
great.
into
No,
the
I'm
gym
gonna do
with
it
us.
on my
You know
own.
what's so annoying is our black friends that never have to do a fucking thing.
Well, they'll, salt will take them
Our
out.
black friends that never have to. Jack the other day, like that guy has like a
I know.
bad diet. He eats and drinks whatever he wants, and he still has like a six pack, and he's very skinny. And it's just I don't know how.
Jack is a little
I don't know
too
how else to
skinny.
say it. It's because you're black.
Jack's a little too skinny.
It's just black people. I know they pop out of the womb with like a six pack.
Jack
Yeah.
is like an athlete though. Like he's like a guy that probably
He's like 6'2".
No, and I saw him slapbox Keith one time in a very weird slapboxing event that lasted like 30 minutes. Keith was drenched in sweat.
And Jack was fine.
Jack wasn't breathing hard at all.
No, Jack is like I play basketball with Jack. He like I never see him do anything. He walks around with flip flops on. He's just out of shape. But he like just jumps
just
right
genetics.
into
It's
being
just genetics.
genetically
Yeah.
great. It's
He's-
I don't know what it is. He's like a bushman.
It's just lucky genetics. He's black. It's just lucky genetics.
Growing up, both my black friends, when we were like 12, both of them had biceps. They were like cut.
Jack doesn't have biceps,
Yeah, they're just-
they
but
didn't
he's
do-
like skinny.
No, but he has biceps for a skinny guy.
No,
Like,
no. If
he's
have
got
any
like
if you're that skinny, any
Jack-
arm muscle
Jack
will
has-
show,
yeah, he
but
has-
he doesn't have like big biceps.
No, but he has skinny definition. Like he takes his shirt off, and you do see like
He's got that like boxer.
You see like a
definition.
mini. You see like a mini six pack just because he's just
No, if
skinny.
you're that skinny, you have a
God,
six-pack
it is
no matter what.
such bullshit.
It's very frustrating.
These blacks don't know how hard it is to be a
know.
white guy.
He's so lucky to look like
hard,
a
yeah,
praying
no, they don't know
mantis.
how good
Black guys have no idea how good they got it. We are living in a white hell.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Middle Eastern motherfucker.
I'm Lebanese.
You're Jewish, you're Lebanese, you're Italian.
I'm Italian,
you're gay.
Lebanese. I'm also kind of sub-Saharan African. I also am like 2% sub-Saharan African.
You grew up in Echo Park, so you're basically Mexican.
Echo Park. I'm also Mexican.
Mexican.
That's why I'm fat. Is there more unhealthy people than Mexicans? All right. We can finish on that. Should we wrap it up on that?
Let's go back into race science.
Most Mexican people I know, they hydrate with soda.
Yeah, that's Hawaiian punch.
So they're like, Hawaiian punch is like they think it's.
in LA. I
They think Hawaiian punch is Gatorade.
Yeah, they take that to the gym.
They go, there's electrolytes in the Hawaiian punch.
In LA, I've noticed when Latinos decide to go obese, I mean, they really go for it.
Oh, it's all out.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the other example of very jacked, sexy Latinos.
No, there's a lot of. Oh yeah. There's a lot of.
There's a couple Latinos that are quite hot.
There's a lot of sexy Latinos. You got Oscar De La Hoya and
Mario Lopez.
Mario
Gets me
Lopez,
going.
and You know,
Chris Estrada.
Someone's gonna hear this episode and he's like, "What the fuck, man? This is bullshit."
I was Estrada. I'm nagging you because I got a big crush on you.
Yeah, Richie is gay for you.
Richie loves Chris. He's always making jokes about him.
I said one thing about
you wanna fuck him.
You want to fuck Chris?
Because you know he has a bad diet, and he'd let you let yourself go.
We could go eat together.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a good time. But not Devin anymore. Devin
You'd
used
like
to be my
feeders,
lunch buddy.
Like you're both feeders.
I still get lunch with you all the
Devin
time.
used to be my lunch buddy.
You're the one that just always wants to get some ridiculous. Oh, let's get the giant sandwich from Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, the fun thing.
Yeah,
the thing that tastes good.
Let's get Jersey Mike's at 1 p.m.
You mean lunchtime?
Hey, let's.
That's when everybody gets Jersey Mike's.
Let's shut our
What
day
the hell
down.
are you talking about?
Hey, let's shut our day down with a giant submarine sandwich at 1 p.m.
Devin sadly admitting he has no self-control. You just stop eating the sandwich, you won't get tired.
Richie's
You
freebasing
get-
sour cream at Chipotle. You're fat.
Chipotle, I got the
You're
regular.
fat!
You pile it
You
high.
make me sick.
Keep in mind, when we did the shirts off, Devin has been working out every day.
For like 3 weeks. This hasn't been
No,
that
it's
long.
been way longer than
No, it
3
hasn't.
weeks. It's been longer than 3 weeks, Joey.
Maybe a month.
2 months.
Hasn't been 2 months. It hasn't been 2 months. No.
Honestly,
Well, that's generous. I wish it was 2 months.
Maybe
2 months is a while.
Can I ask
a month
can I
and
ask a
couple
question?
weeks,
Every day.
Because we go every day. This is, it's something you don't know about. So
Can I ask a question?
maybe it seems like a long time to you because you've never done anything every day, other than eat a lot. Jordan,
I have
go
a
on.
question.
He realized everybody eats every day. And he goes, but I know I meant a lot.
No, I love Richie. I want him to be fat. I fucking touch it when we fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, honestly, I'm not the one.
I love the meat.
Oh my god.
He's all meaty. I'm an otter. We're a couple of otters. When we swim together, it's fucking. I need that meat to grab onto. And then Conor McGregor comes and butt fucks us both in the water. Have you seen Conor McGregor's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Boy, talk about fat.
Well, I think she was.
I understand why he wanted to
She's not
rape
fat.
Ida.
No, she's not fat. I think you.
No,
saw her
she's
with-
fat. She looks like she started the potato famine in Ireland. She is
From eating all the potatoes.
She's
No.
the reason there was a famine.
I
She
think
fucking
you
ate them
saw
all.
her when she was pregnant.
Yeah, no, she was fat. She could make up she's
Look her
having a
up,
kid.
like,
there's
look her
there's
up.
no kid popping out.
Look her up.
She's having a burrito.
You can see her when she's in good shape.
Yeah, no, she's having an Irish nacho. That's what she's having.
What's up,
Jordan?
Jordan?
What were you saying?
I was just wondering, like, because we're all, fat guys or former fat guys.
Well,
what's
Devin is, but-
What is the fattest thing you've ever done, all of us? The fattest moment in your life.
Mine's gonna be hard. I have so many. I know mine. You guys say yours.
I mean, I don't have like one night where I ate a bunch, but I've had a
I
million.
got a recent one.
I've had a million of them.
Just the
I got a
fattest.
My
recent-
fattest moment is over my entire high school years, every day eating a breakfast burrito, having multiple sodas, and then after school eating like 5 doubles. not double McDoubles. Going to McDonald's and eating like the lowest quality burgers on earth.
I did a real fat move pretty recently, as you might be able to tell from when I lifted up my shirt.
What'd you do?
I went to Bay Cities, got myself a sandwich.
You have to explain it. Bay City's a famous sandwich shop
Deli
in
in Santa
It's like
Monica.
it's our version of like a good sandwich shop, and it's like
Right.
not even that good. but
Yeah,
it's
the
fun.
bread's very
It's fine.
hard. The quality meat's very good. It tastes great if you're willing to put up with your jaw hurting because of the bread. But I like it from time to time. Anyway, I got a sandwich. It was good. And then I thought to myself, I want another one.
Thank you.
So like an hour later, I went and just got another one. And just ate the entire thing. I just had like 2 huge sandwiches in the course of like
fat. That's
2
quite
hours.
Fat. Now,
That's pretty fat.
I felt so sick. I honestly wish I just like was bulimic.
Well,
so that I could
you know, I don't blame
throw it
Richie.
up.
I don't blame Richie for that. Because but here's the thing. I think we have different mindsets. I do that. I have to do something that makes me feel good about doing that. Like I have to have like a really long, hard-working day to then be like, fuck it, I'll eat 2 submarine sandwiches in the course of an hour.
I'll give you my
I think
fat.
you're better at like leaning into like fuck it.
I think I was hungover. I don't really remember, but
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I woke up with that like I'm fucking hungry.
yeah.
I'll give my fattest thing is actually I just invented this recently. And then Devin, you still have to give yours. Mine is currently I go to Salt and Straw.
Oh yeah, Joey last night.
We'll get into. Oh, let me say this, and then we'll get. That was hilarious.
I got a Salt and Straw, and oftentimes I will Venmo it. I mean, Postmates it, even though it's 600 feet away. And it's on my Postmates. It usually says 2.3 miles away. So this one says 600 feet away. And I still Postmates it, and then what I'll do is I'll just get like 5 pints of ice cream, and then I'll get like 10 cones, and I'll just sit there, and I at some point I bought like a pho bowl and spoon, like I got the whole shit. So I used the pho. It's like a ceramic spoon. I realized it's a perfect ice cream scoop. The pho spoon that they give you when you get pho, it's a perfect ice cream scoop. So I get that, I use that for my ice cream scoop, and I just make cones. I just sit there making
Last
cones.
night Joey was hammered, and he goes on Postmates, and we think he's buying booze, and he goes, I'm getting fucking 4 pints of ice cream. And we go, what? And he goes, I do this every night. He goes, I get 4 pints of ice cream. I get about 10, 12 cones. And then he looks at us. He's blackout drunk. He goes,
very candidly.
He goes, very candidly, he goes, the feeling of having a cone around at any time.
It's so comforting.
Richie and I started like crying of laughter. We were like on the
believe it.
floor.
It was
the
like
most
3 a.m.
comforting thing.
3 a.m. and Joey's like on Postmates like, the fuck?
Getting a couple pints.
Trying to get some pints. And we were like, a beer? And he was like, of ice cream.
It's the most comforting snack ever, just to have a cone there. And,
Have a cone.
and you have like a big stack.
It's such a comforting snack just to have a cone around.
It's a huge stack of waffle cones, and they pile them all up. So it's like they stack them. So you just got cone after cone, and you're sitting there in your bed. I do it in my bed.
You eat them in bed.
In bed. So I in bed.
Like a divorced woman.
It's like a woman with postpartum
Man.
depression. Yeah. No, I've got the fuzz spoon on my belly, and then I grab a new cone and I get the pint and I scoop.
Yeah, I guess my fattest moments. I mean, like I already said, like in high school,
Recently.
I just ate like recently.
Like ever, I think. But
Oh,
give us
ever? I mean, recently it's like I'll like last night I was fat as shit. We went to a taco truck. I got
Twice.
I got a burrito and then a shrimp cocktail, and then we went back to another taco truck 3 hours later, and I got a Melita and 3 tacos.
Let's go with ever. What's
pretty good.
What's the
Jill,
Ever?
give yours.
Back in the day, I used to. I
You
used
don't
to.
want to know.
Give yours.
My favorite
Your
fat
premise.
My favorite fat food is
gotta think about it.
like combo Chinese restaurants where they come in the big
That
combo
perfect
box
spring roll.
and they give
You
you
also just told me the other day where you were
and
like,
they overload it. I used to get that. I used to go to Wong's Walk in my neighborhood. It was right next to the DVD
best.
store, and I would go to Wong's Walk as a kid or in high school, or even after high school, and I would get this giant combo box. I would get the 3 of them, where you get 3 entrees and fried rice and chow mein, and I would get an egg roll. And I would eat all this ridiculously fucking, MSG filled shit.
what was the one you told me just the other day where you were like, oh, I just did like a big meal, and then Ida and I got another one.
Oh, well, that I wasn't planning on that. I went to my friend Jack's place. His girlfriend made us. We were really high. I hadn't eaten all day. His girlfriend made us a big plate of pasta with zucchini.
Yeah.
So I ate like a bunch of pasta, and then I got home, and then my girlfriend had ordered like Indian food, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna eat this Indian food too. Like, even though I was like full, I was like, I just
It was
have to.
the actual bang bang.
I did a bang bang. It was like within like 3 hours, I ate 2 full meals.
Yeah, that's your fattest thing.
There you
That's
go.
not even that fat. No, because that's like whatever. Like I hadn't eaten that much that day, so that's you can technically, in my mind, I always go like, well, that's lunch and dinner just later on.
Yeah. Oh, I've said that to myself.
We've all said it to ourselves.
A couple times a week I say that to myself.
When I was my unhealthiest, I was drinking soda. I was eating
Soda.
Chinese combo meals all the time, and I was eating coffee, toffee, Heath Bar Crunch, Ben and Jerry's pints constantly,
Disgusting.
which you don't like because you're a
That
fucking
flavor
plebeian.
sucks.
It doesn't suck.
It's
one of the best flavors there is.
I got
Coffee, toffee, Heath Bar Crunch.
Devin recommended it.
Incredible
It was disgusting.
flavor. Ben and Jerry's
It's like-
coffee,
it's-
toffee, Heath Bar
It's
Crunch.
too much.
Oh, you suck.
It's like you don't get any of the coolness of the ice cream. It's like just all
you do. You
sugar.
get the coffee flavor.
It's just
it
all
keeps you up.
sugar. It's gross.
Like ice cream? What are you talking? It's
Yeah,
all
but
sugar.
I don't wanna be-
What do you think ice cream is?
I don't know. I don't like.
Butter and cream and sugar.
Yeah, but it's supposed to feel smooth and cold.
you went into
and
it. You
nice.
went into it wanting to hate me.
It sucked.
You went into it because you're a fucking self-hating fatso.
Devin actually has horrible recommendations. We'll get into that another
No, I
time.
don't. What are my recommendations that have been bad besides that to you?
I gotta think of them because I've.
You don't even know.
Multiple. Well, I just said we'll get into that on another time.
You don't even
We have
remember.
time to get into it.
Remember something.
There's just been multiple like this is the place.
Like what?
And then I'm like, all right, I'll go. And I'm like, yeah, it's it's
Like
whatever.
what? Like what?
I don't know, a bunch of places.
You don't even know.
It's been over the course of, I don't remember bad
you
things.
don't even know.
Because I don't want to think of you in a negative light, Devin. I love you.
I've shown you a-
I love you. Is that what you want me to say?
I've shown you
I don't
a-
want to think of you in a negative light.
I've shown you a million places that you've loved, and they've become the
Sometimes I'm being
the
nice.
light of your life.
Sometimes I'm being nice.
Wait, like what?
Name a place
With
you've
what?
shown me. Think of a place.
You like Rick's?
Rick sucks. Rick's gives you heartburn every time. The fries are undercooked.
What doesn't? I love this thing where it's like
Rick
Richie acts like
sucks.
bad food doesn't give you heartburn.
Rick sucks. Next.
Rick's is great.
Next.
Come on.
I'd rather go to In-N-Out.
We all lo-
Next.
Yes, we'd all rather go to In-N-Out. But when we don't go to In-N-Out, we
Rick's
go
is
to
Yeah, but they're
Loafers.
open at the same time. That's why you go to Rick's, because it's the only thing open.
It's closer.
It's just closer. That's why we go.
It's like 5 more minutes to go to that In-N-Out.
No, it's not. And then you have
off
to wait in a
Colorado.
line full of Armenians.
Worth it. Worth it.
And you have to wait in a
Next.
line full of fucking people making
Rick's-
TikToks
Rick's sucks.
in the drive-through.
They also, I've gone like,
Richie, you are being
I've gotten
an
like
asshole.
actual food poisoning from Rick's before.
No, you
Next.
haven't. You,
You're
always,
being-
you say
you're
that
being
about every
an
place.
asshole,
I don't.
You have a weak stomach.
That's
You're
a lie.
constantly getting food poisoning
I
from places.
never
I don't
say
think I've
that.
ever had food poisoning.
I've never mentioned.
People that get food poisoning are pussies.
I don't think I've ever even said the. I don't think I've ever said the phrase food
If
poisoning.
you
to
get food
ever.
poisoning, you're
Up until
fucking.
this
You're trying
moment.
to. If you get food poisoning, you're trying to blame the world for your flaws.
Your flaws, because I follow you like
constantly.
an idiot.
You constantly are getting food poisoning.
I've never mentioned food poisoning to you once.
Right,
I don't think
no.
ever.
You just you call it food poisoning
I said
because you're.
Kelsey, my girlfriend got food poisoning one time.
You just call it food poisoning because you're trying to throw.
I've
You're trying to
never
throw up
mentioned
the food
food
because you're
poisoning.
fat. It's your excuse.
I've never
it's your
mentioned food
excuse for
poisoning.
bulimia.
I've never
You call your bulimia food poisoning as a front.
This is slander. I've never mentioned food poisoning.
I've
ever.
shown you everything you know.
Name another place. Name another one of your shitty recommendations.
Every place I've ever taken you to in LA, you like.
No, I'm not really.
You're wrong.
I'm trying to.
Devin's taken to me a million places. That
Joey loves them.
They're all right.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, what the hell is going on right now?
Umasa? You don't like Umasa?
Umasa's
Little Tokyo
good.
up the
Umasa's
street?
good.
Tremendous.
Well, that's a good special.
Tremendous.
That's great.
It's
Umasa's
great.
fantastic.
You love Umasa.
I'm
what
not-
was that?
I'm not
What is
denying
that
it.
pho place in Chinatown? Pho 90.
Pho 87.
87's all right.
You
The
love
best-
Pho
the best
87. You
ever.
fucking ordered it to go for a whole
That's 'cause
year,
it
you
was the
fat
clo-
fuck.
It was the closest place to my house.
Richie every day
Richie.
ordered this for a year.
Actually-
Richie was freebasing noodles.
Actually, something I didn't tell Devin, I found a place that was near my house in another neighborhood
Right,
farther east. And I
right,
started going there because
right.
it was better.
Right.
I don't know
No,
about that.
want to know why? Because it wasn't cash only. Fattest's cash
No, this
only.
place was
and
cash
that
only.
bothered
It was in
Richie.
the- it was in the hood.
That bothered Richie, the cash
It did
only
not
thing.
bother me at
Yes,
all.
it did. It bothered him.
No, it didn't.
Because he's a big Jew that
Jews love cash.
money's a big point of concern with them. And how
Jews-
you pay people.
See, that's so ignorant.
God forbid
That's
they
so
don't
ignorant.
they don't take Apple
That's so
Pay.
ignorant. That's so ignorant because Jews respect avoiding the credit card fee. If anyone's going to do that,
do tend to
Jews
get
love
food
cash
But they
only.
also don't
Jews
come prepared.
Love cash only.
They also don't come prepared with cash.
They do
What-
tend to get food
You
poisoning.
know
more
what?
than others.
I've never
And
seen.
Jews get food poisoning more than the rest.
I've never
It
seen
is
a no.
true.
They have
You
weak
don't know
stomachs.
any. Shut up. You don't
Yes,
know any
no,
Jews.
Jews always get food poisoning.
What are you
you
talking
guys are
about?
always the ones that are like, I got a little.
I've never-
I had a tinge of diarrhea last night. Oh, it must be the food.
That's a quote from
it's
The
not.
Sopranos. That's an Italian guy saying
It's
that.
not. It's because you're
Still
Jews.
said that. That's an Italian person you just quoted.
I'm Jewish.
Jews are the only people I've ever seen have money clips. So we're the only cash people that are left.
Yeah, you guys have cash to pay off.
87 is the best.
Well,
pub
whatever,
place
that's-
in the
47
entire
is-
city. Amazing.
47 has gone to
new
by
guy
every
suck up over
celebrity in
here.
LA.
It's another new guy suck
Not
up.
a new guy suck up. He's an Angelino more
an
than you.
Angelino.
He's from Chicago.
Yes, and why have you not come around
I don't
like
wa-
him?
I think Joey could tell you
thought
that. I'm
87's
Angelino because
okay.
when Joey
It's
told
It's
good.
me,
not okay. It's great.
It's good.
Joey was surprised.
The broth
that
could be a
I-
little thicker.
What?
The broth
You remember
could be
the thing
thicker.
with
thicker.
your
Watery.
CVS?
Pho broth is
yeah.
not supposed to be
No,
thick.
I got
there's
your-
richer
Dylan
broths
knows
out there.
Ellen.
There's richer broths. God, you suck ass.
There's
There's richer broths out there.
Faux Ridge in
let's do it.
It's hard because they
in Sawtell. Much better.
Sawtell.
Sawtell's way better. Sawtell is way more authentic Asian cuisine than
actually
Chinatown.
Asian-wise, it
You
does.
go to Chinatown to get Vietnamese food.
Oh no, I thought you meant like Santa Monica versus Sawtell.
No, we're talking.
You're saying Sawtell is better
No,
than
Richie's-
Chinatown.
No, Sawtell. This place in Sawtell is better than
Yeah,
Devan's
Ri-
bullshit.
Richie's-
Actually, there's a whole section in Sawtell. That's,
I've been
it's
to
like
Sawtell
Japanese.
many times.
We
It's
know
like
about
Japanese.
Sawtell, Richie. We're
It's a
all
big deal.
Angelinos here.
You don't know anything about Sawtell.
We're all there.
You're stuck in a hut in Echo Park.
Yeah,
You take the bus. When have you
Yeah,
ever gone
I
to the
take the
West
bus
Side?
everywhere.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
I know every cross
It would
street in
take
the
like
city,
2
man. I know
hours for you
them
to get
all.
there.
Richie, we've all been to Sawtell. Okay, we're all black here.
Yeah, we're all black.
Sawtell.
Richie,
We're all
I don't like
6'9"
this
black
new
men.
attitude out of Richie where he's never had a good meal even though he's lived here for 6
Your
years.
neighborhood sucks.
You've had great meals here.
Silver Lake Echo Park
Scumbag.
sucks.
I'm not talking about my neighborhood. I don't eat in my
Well,
neighborhood.
this started with your recommendation.
I don't
Oh,
eat
I've
in
had
my
plenty
neighborhood.
of good food in LA. They just weren't your recommendations.
They all were.
No, some of them were. Philippe's. I love.
yeah,
Philippe's.
that's mine.
He has a million.
You
the
can't.
pantry.
You can't.
Every place you've been is me,
Pantry,
bitch.
We now have
Yeah,
like
you can't
10.
look. Yeah,
I mean,
those aren't like.
Devin
You
has
can't
a
look
lot.
up those places on Yelp.
What are you
Those are-
talking about? You're making?
Philippe's is
I told
famous.
you about them, and that's me.
I gave you the
End of story.
I gave you the credit, but I'm saying a lot of your
No,
recommendations
you're
fall
wrong.
short.
You're wrong. You fell short.
A lot of them fall
you
short.
fell short.
You fell a little
just
short.
like your weight loss plan.
I don't have one. My whole premise is that I don't have one. You're the one that
No,
has
you've been
one.
lying all episode.
I'm
You're
gonna-
acting like I haven't told you about places to eat.
This is a left and right.
Everything
This is a gaslight. Left
I've
and right.
shown everybody.
Left and right. Left and right.
Joey eats at great places because of me.
It's pretty
You eat
clear,
at great places because of me.
it's
What
pretty clear.
place does Joey go to?
I
Because of
think
you.
Taylor's. Devin first
Taylor's.
told me
That's
about,
a chain
the pantry
No, it's
steakhouse.
not.
Taylor's is not a chain.
Taylor's
Taylor's
is
is
a chain.
everywhere.
You're acting like what is it?
Wong's
TGI Fridays?
No, Taylor's. It's like Morton's.
there's one
that's
other
like,
Taylor's.
that's like telling someone that Morton's tastes
There's
good.
two locations.
Taylors.
There's two Taylors
There's
in all
one
of LA.
that Devin told me about.
like
It was
Houston's.
built
No,
in like
it's
the
not.
40s or something.
There's two locations. One of
There's
them.
more Taylor's.
Oh, Richie's just
No,
looking bad
you're-
now.
He looks
Oh,
bad.
I don't know
Richie,
the
right
history
now.
of Taylor's.
Hey, can I
It's
say
a steakhouse. It's like Morton's.
right now?
It's no better than Morton's.
It's way better.
Richie is
No, it's
only
not.
doing this because he loves eating his words.
Yeah, he looks bad.
No, I've thought this.
Richie's smothering ketchup all over his words right now.
Richie is wrong.
He goes,
right
I'm
now.
wrong, and it tastes so good
wrong.
between
He's
a
very-
bun.
He's wrong.
Richie's like,
he's
I'm
wrong.
so wrong, and I love it.
Devin-
Smothered in
adding words that he
onions.
can-
Devin's
eat
no.
later, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna come
You're
back.
full of shit right
in
now.
another episode. I'm gonna do my due
He's
diligence
wrong.
because I didn't think of it ahead of time. I planned it for a later date. I'm gonna do my due
You
diligence.
planned this for a later
No,
date?
not literally. I'm saying now. I said it earlier.
Like
that
your diet plan.
I just said earlier.
Let's reiterate that
That
Richie
I
is the
would- a later
fattest
date.
man on the
The Richie
podcast.
Gaines story on a later date.
I said earlier that I was like, I don't want to talk about this now, but I have a lot. I've thought this for a while.
Well-
a bunch of recommendations of Devin suck.
What have my recommendations been?
What
Besides
did I-
Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Go to
that
What
you
did I
didn't
just say?
Richie.
What?
What did I just say?
Go down the list.
What was it?
Taylor's
I
wrong.
said
What are you
I
talking
don't want to talk about it now.
Why not?
You can't do that.
No, I said this like fucking 20 minutes ago when you were in the bathroom. The moment we started this conversation, I said I don't really know what I have in mind, but I've thought this for a while
Richie.
because Jordan, shut up.
What do you? What restaurant?
Oh my God!
What do you?
I'm
what do
in
you
the middle.
like?
I'm in the middle
what
of
do you
saying
like?
something.
What do you
the
like?
fattest person on the podcast will not cut me off.
What do you
I will
like?
not have this happen to me.
What do you
All
like?
right? You can slander me all you want about my weight. You are the fattest. This will not happen. All right? We have a clear hierarchy. All right? Enough.
Fair enough.
Enough.
Fair enough.
I think this is a good episode.
No.
great. It's great.
I can't wait to come back. I've thought this for years.
Well, you obviously haven't thought of it enough. You can't come up with anything.
I don't have it on my mind.
Jesus
I
Christ.
love this rant.
This meaningless rant where you have no info about anything.
No, because listen, I've gone on road trips. It's coming together now. But I've gone on road trips.
Right.
And Devin's been like, oh, go here, go there. Every time I'm like, yeah, you know.
Road trips? Where have I told you to go
When
on
I
a road
went to,
trip?
when I went to Memphis,
The
this
Rendezvous?
barbecue place, it was
Memphis
they
barbecue?
brought out the ribs in like 5 fucking seconds. It sucked.
The Rendezvous? It's like world
it's
famous.
It's a tourist trap. Yeah,
It's not my fault they were
Oh, yeah,
bad
nothing
that
in
night.
LA. Nothing in LA called a world famous thing isn't world famous. Same thing in Memphis. It's called a tourist trap. You sent me to a tourist trap in Memphis. The place sucked. They brought out the ribs in 2 minutes. They were sitting under the heat lamp.
Yeah.
The Rendezvous
there's
sucks.
I'm sorry the Rendezvous is so big now that
Sucked.
they gave you a bad meal, but they're 3-6 Mafia eats
That's
there.
one.
My apologies that,
All right, so a guy.
everyone in Memphis regards
Yeah.
the Rendezvous as the
Yeah,
greatest.
I want to go to a restaurant with a guy who has like a limp hand. DJ Paul's weird hand. I don't want to eat where DJ Paul eats. He's a freak.
Oh, you want me
He's
to
a
recommend?
freak in nature.
You want me to recommend some Shaq? That
No,
you
yeah,
like?
you're supposed to recommend something that is nobody knows about. Oh, like Kebab Palace in DC.
Everyone knows about it.
No, they don't. These people in DC don't even know about that place.
Okay.
I take you to the best places. Name somewhere in DC that I took you that sucked.
Well, you're being crazy
Nowhere.
that because you had a bad experience at the Rendezvous in Memphis, so that's a bad place.
That's
That
just one.
The Rendezvous is like nationally renowned.
You just wait till I get the
It's
wheels
like it's
turning.
world
That's
famous. It's in
one.
an alleyway downstairs, and everyone loves it. And I'm sorry that they
sucks.
served you badly because
It sucks.
they thought you were a fucking assassin or
It was
something.
disgusting.
Sorry that they thought you'd eat everything.
It was gross. The,
so
the collard greens
they
were all
probably
watery.
poisoned your food because they were like, this guy means trouble. They probably put gunpowder in your food. I mean,
It sucked.
It
That
doesn't
place
suck.
sucked. The Rendezvous sucked
the Rendezvous is world renowned.
for sucking.
The Rendezvous,
It was terrible. The Rendezvous sucked.
The Rendezvous is so great that you can order ribs, like where they'll fly it to you.
Yeah, that's tons of
Same
corporate
day.
shitholes do that.
Really? Like what? TGI Fridays sends you fucking ribs.
No, a bunch of
that
places
day?
in Chicago do that too when they
Oh,
get
you're
too
obsessed
big.
with Chicago.
And they fall.
Why don't we
Well,
get into this?
I've been there
Why
a
don't we
bunch of
get into
times.
your obsession with Chicago and Michigan?
What do you like?
I've been there a lot.
meaningless.
I've been there a lot.
It's a shithole.
Skyline fight?
I don't care.
Nobody cares about the fucking. What do they call Chicago? I can't even remember
Windy
their name.
City.
The wind.
The
is
wind. Oh,
City,
it's
bro.
windy. Amazing. What a brag.
Devin's trying to like. I don't care.
Is it obnoxious
Shit on it.
outside?
Chicago will finally have your back on this.
I don't know.
Chicago's whole brag is like, hey, outside it's pretty obnoxious.
Chicago.
It's windy and your nose gets red, and maybe your nostrils will turn into icicles. That's great. The Windy City.
I've just been there a lot. I don't care.
Greatest
Shit on it.
city on earth.
Kanye left.
J-Lo loves it.
Kanye
Greatest
left.
city on earth. Richie, I'm interested to know, like, as far as
Dude, Jordan sounds like he has dentures in. That's how drunk he is. Dude, Jordan sounds like he put new teeth in. That's how drunk he is right now.
His pinky's up right now. He's holding the mic like it's a teacup. He's picking up Richie.
Jordan's holding the mic like a gay king.
Yeah, I know. His wrist is limp, and he's like, Richie, I want to know. Continue.
no, you know.
No, speak.
I'm interested to know, like, you know, in as far as LA goes, like, what's a place that you like in LA? Like,
Right, that's a good question.
What are places?
What
that
are
you
you
do like in
talking
LA?
about?
Sure.
What are you talking about? Like, what's your problem?
Critical, then what do
You don't like Umasa, which you
I
wanted.
already said I liked it.
You don't like
Taylor.
Taylor's.
I've actually never been to.
You don't like Houston's.
I'd love to go. Houston's is a
I want to know some
chain.
places that you.
Well, there's
Houston's is a bad example.
That's a bad example, but there's a couple in LA.
It's called Houston's. From Houston.
It's not from Houston.
Whatever. It's all over the place.
It's not from Houston.
Whatever. That's not the point.
It's
all
from
over.
I think Tennessee or something.
Oh, okay. Whatever. It's all over the place. What do I like? That's like
You like a
LA
lot of stuff.
specific.
Where
No,
would you
the thing.
go?
All the things I love in LA.
You don't love Del Taco.
All the things I love in LA are like obviously good. Like the LA's good.
In-N-Out's good.
In-N-Out-
I
In-N-Out's the
know
most-
people from out of state come in. They go,
No,
oh,
that's
it's not
like
that great.
hating on In-N-Out's hacky.
I always understand that, but I think it's lame because like In-N-Out's just good. It's just it's a good burger.
In-N-Out's good, and then like LA, there's amazing places that are all good, but they're like obviously good because it's like they're new American. They're like $25, $30 a plate. Yeah, all those places are incredible,
And our Mexican food's great.
and the Mexican food's incredible. You
We're
go to
talking.
any
There's two taco trucks
That's
up.
that's cheap and amazing.
There's literally two taco trucks up the street that we both have, and we're all every week we're like amazed by the quality of the taco truck.
Yeah.
It's a truck.
yeah.
It's being fueled by a fucking propane tank
Yeah.
and a generator, and it's amazing. So you're a little wrong here.
No, the Mexican food's incredible.
You've also
In-N-Out's
like LA
incredible.
is so big. You've never even been to half the
Okay,
areas.
they-
Have you been to
alright,
Long Beach?
the Indian
Have you
food-
had the
okay.
King's Fish House? Have you gotten their crab? Have you gotten their lobster?
Crab's crab.
Have you gone to
Yeah, I'm
Huntington
from fucking
Beach?
Maryland. I've had crab. It's the crab.
Right.
Right.
And that's your big claim to fame, so we have it too.
I didn't. I know it's the same shit.
So what's so special about where you're from?
The best meal I've had.
spin.
The
We
best
have it
meal
too,
I've had in
though.
LA is at Johnny's Yacht Club. That's the best restaurant in LA. All right, it sucks. You have to be rich to have fun in LA.
You're being a scumbag.
It's just like
LA food. Tex is not good.
Oh yeah.
I've actually never been there. I've always
What?
wanted to go there. Yeah, I've never been.
Attack.
All right,
No,
we're going.
I got a drink.
We're going
I've
next week.
I've gotten drinks there.
We're
but I've
going
never
next
been.
week. I mean, honestly, their food's probably shitty now because they're about to go out of business.
Right.
So they don't care.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, it is unfortunate
Well, I'll be judging it very harshly.
because it's unfortunate because we live in a real city here. We're not little
Real cities-
small town DC.
real cities.
You live in
Let me
a
tell you something.
two-horse town.
Let me tell you something about real.
Washington, D.C. is a two-horse town. You're a bunch of city hillbillies. Everyone lives in Virginia.
Well,
and they
whatever.
all think they're from a city.
That's actually very
And
racist.
they got me banned on TikTok.
Devin's a racist.
Fuck you.
He just said the most racist thing you can say about
bunch of
DC.
city hillbillies.
Oh, because
None of the people from DC are even from DC. You don't even give a shit. You're all
are
there
from
because your
there,
parents
and they're
made you
all-
go.
and they're all
Because
black.
you're lobbyists.
and they're all black. Yeah, which
Yeah.
you wouldn't know because you don't know any black people.
I love black people.
You don't know any black
I
people.
love black people.
Not in DC, apparently.
Of course I do.
You just insult them.
the black people in DC love mumbo sauce. I get it.
Devin's on a black show. Devin's black.
And
He
what'd you
says
say on that
Did
show?
you recently
Devin's
yell
black.
the N-word on an all-black show?
I would never say
And
the N-word.
did you recently?
Ever.
Did you recently walk away
Would
on?
you get out of my back up a little
Devin's
bit?
in your face.
I know.
Did
back
you
it up.
did you recently walk away unscathed after yelling the N-word on an all-black show?
Well, we'll see if you're unscathed after I report it to SAG.
Report it. Like they don't know?
I'm reporting it to everybody I know.
You know what was weird about
You're
when
an N-word guy.
You know what was weird about?
You're an N-word guy.
You're
You know
an N-word guy.
You know what was weird about when I yelled the N-word on that show is that I didn't even know the cameras were on.
I gotta go.
You're leaving?
I actually do.
You gotta go get some food?
I probably will get some food.
You gotta stuff your face.
But unrelated to that, I got.
you have to
It's
leave.
about to
You gotta go get some Slurpees
I gotta go
and
to
ice
Salt
cream.
and Straw.
You have to get some salt
I'm
and
gonna
straw.
get 4
and some
pints and 10
burritos.
cones.
Kelsey needs you.
Yeah,
All right, get out of here.
I gotta go.
All right, bye. We're done.
Goodbye.